As part of my sales process and as a way to entice my prospects to become members and to buy my products, I have a free trial that I offer. Okay, so what I want to do inside this free trial, what I've set up now, is I have a sequence here which reminds the person of how far into their trial they are. So right now we've got an email that goes out at the beginning, and then 25 days in it says you got 5 days left. All right, the trial ends tomorrow, and this kind of stuff. The problem is this email is not very fun. It's not very sexy. It's kind of boring. And I want to make this a little bit more personal. I want to personalize it more to the person. So what I would like to do is calculate when their free trial actually is. And instead of this saying you have 5 days left, I want it to mention the date that their trial actually expires. So I want the subject line to say, August 31st is just around the corner, if that's the date that their free trial ends. And then I want the message to say, just a quick note, your free trial ends on, and then put the date, which is only a few days away. Hope you're taking advantage of all the blah, 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 right? All that kind of stuff. So in order for me to be able to calculate that information and merge that information, the date, into this email, I need to use a couple of features inside Plus This. So we're going to go into Plus This. The first feature we're going to use is in the Implementers Toolkit, and it's called What's the Date? This feature is actually going to calculate the date of the end of the free trial. So we're going to select the date when the feature is used. We're going to add 0 months and 30 days, because that's how long the free trial is. And then we're going to store that date into a field that we've created, the free trial end date field. Okay, and we'll give it a name. Calculate free trial end date, and then click Add. Now, Plus This is going to give us a feature URL, which we're going to copy. We're going to go into the campaign, and we're actually going to add another line of automation. And what we're going to do is we're going to add an HTTP post process. We're going to do 2 of these, so I want to name this. And then I'm going to jump into the HTTP post process. And I'm going to paste the feature URL into the post URL box. Now, I don't have to configure anything here. That's all set to go. Now we've calculated the actual date. Now we need a way to turn it into something that someone would write into an email. We want it to actually read August 31st, right, the date. So we need to go back to Plus This. We're going to add a new feature. We're going to go to the feature library, back into the Implementers Toolkit, and this time we're going to select Humanize Infusionsoft dates. In this instance, we're going to select the date that we are calculating, which is the free trial end date, and we're going to store that date, the new date, in the free trial end date formatted field. The way I want this format is just the month and the date, because that's the way that it's going to read in the email. And then we'll call this Humanize trial end date. Okay. This is going to give us another feature URL. So I'm going to copy this, go back to Infusionsoft. Now I want to make sure the date gets calculated before I humanize it. So I'm actually going to include a timer. It's going to wait 15 minutes. And this isn't going to cause any problems with timing, because the email that's going to include this information doesn't happen until 25 days later. So waiting 15 minutes is not a big deal. So we'll say minutes, 15 minutes. And then we're going to use another HTTP post process. This one we're going to call Humanize date, just so that we know which one is which. We're going to paste the URL that we copied out of Plus This into Infusionsoft. Mark it as ready. Now the last thing we have to do is come into this email and reconfigure it using the new fields that we've created. So remember, the first thing that I want to do is in the subject line, I want to reference the date. So I'm going to go to the merge fields. Free trial end date formatted. I want to say free trial end date formatted is just around the corner. And then inside the email, I want this to say, just a quick note, your free trial ends on the format date, comma, which is only a few days away. And that's what I'm going to do for that. So that's basically going to send an email now that's a little bit more personalized. It gets people's attention a little bit more, and it gets them back in so that they're ready to end the trial and actually start paying me. So then I just go back to the campaign and I publish it. And then we're good to go.